We can and need to verify, certify humanity in some way. We need to assert.
Because right now I feel certifiable.
Because it's making us crazy.
Hey, it's E.B. Moss, and this is a bonus episode of Insider Interviews. I spontaneously captured a couple of quick conversations with Baratunde Thurston and Terry Rice. They were both keynoters at On Air Fest, which just took place in Brooklyn, gathering a whole bunch of podcasters, creators, innovators, talking about the business of podcasting. So take a listen to these two guys. You're going to learn a lot. Hey, it's E.B. Moss, and this is Winging It with the best of them. Yay!
Nobody ever did that before.
No, but I might sing to you.
Bring
Okay.
It. Yeah,
all right.
Harmonize.
All right. So we're going to do a little bonus episode of Insider Interviews with Baratunde Thurston. I sound like Oprah, don't I?
You do. You do.
Come
I'll
on
take
down.
it. Yes.
Yay. All right. Well, he just got off the stage doing a fabulous discussion with Terry Rice.
Yeah.
Terry has his own podcast, Baratunde. You have two of them at least, I think.
Depending on the exact moment in time. But
yeah, exactly.
Two's a good, healthy number. Yeah.
I was so fascinated because, you know, the kinder, gentler me also tries to do a lot of pro-social work.
Yeah.
And your whole MO is life with machines.
That's the name of the show,
right?
And it's more than a show. It's a way of being.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it. You know, anybody could Google this, as they say, but give us the PDQ, the short version of the who you are, why you are.
So the show, Life with Machines, how do we live well with technology and not just endure it? That's the line. Me, I'm Baratunde, and I tell stories. I've been a comedian. I'm professionally funny. I do a lot of keynotes and talks. I've done advising. I've been in the corporate world. And I'm trying to tell a story of how we live well together across our relationships with the earth, with our fellow human beings, and with these machines.
So one of the things that you talked about is how you've incorporated a machine into your content.
Right.
And since I talk a lot about content, I'm always cautious about two things. Mm-hmm. One is you're leveraging AI kind of for the greater good.
That's what we hope.
But then we also rely a little too much on AI to create our own content. Yeah. How do you divide and conquer and rise all boats?
Yeah. I'm going to sub out the divide and conquer metaphor for unite and spread. I don't know. I got to work on the counter. It's not as compelling. But with our show, we created an AI character named Blair, who we made a co-producer on the show. It was an extreme act. I don't recommend everybody do that, but we wanted to experiment with the relationality with an AI and not just the tool.
Okay.
A tool to teammate is the transition we're exploring. For me, I have had to go farther than I'm comfortable with to come back to what feels good and right.
Okay.
And it's for my own creativity. So I use AI around research. I use AI for feedback on drafts. I've trained up custom GPTs and chat sessions on my existing work to establish a high bar on my good work. Not all my work is good, but on my good work.
Okay.
And then I can submit something and say, how am I doing? And it's just like, that's not nearly as funny as you usually are. I'm like, thanks, robot, which is just me. Like, it's just an instance of me critiquing me. So I appreciate that. I think what becomes a slippery slope is that some of these models are extraordinarily eager to help and to please.
Yep.
So even after giving them a finite task, they then want to go to the next level. Do you want me to turn that into a presentation for you?
Yeah.
Do you want me to write a keynote for you? Do you want me to build a website, acquire customers, design a product for you, and run your life? Do you want me to hang out with your wife for you? Like, what are we doing, chat? Sorry, stand-up days are coming back. It's because Robin is here holding the camera.
I know, Robin Gelfenbein, thank you so much.
This is the best tripod I've ever had for any conversation.
I know.
They don't even know how lucky they are.
We'll explain that in a minute.
Yeah, so there is something that I want to retain that is me, that is the human me.
Okay.
And the thing to resist isn't just like, oh, this object, this entity can produce stuff that I could plausibly use. It is like, why am I even producing stuff? There's a pride of creativity that I want to maintain.
You want to retain ownership and feel like you contribute.
Absolutely. And there's something about, it's slower, it's messier, but there's something about crafting things.
Yeah.
I feel less, I guess, precious about that when it comes to like the caption on my IG reel. Like I'm pretty cool with an AI knowing what that reel is, giving me the draft, I tweak it.
Yeah.
But for the keynote talk I give, that's me. There's the thing I do at conferences where I like synthesize and summarize the whole thing. And I tried to have AI do it just to see what it would do.
Yeah.
And it was trash. And I had to do it my damn self. So frustrating. It's so frustrating. So as a creator and as a writer, as a performer, I'm finding a lot of support from AI in especially the non-creative or in the adjacent creative. So I have a particular vision and no budget for a graphics person. So can you implement this idea of mine?
Okay.
And even then I'm like, okay, but I want to do that on a model that didn't just scrape all the work of my artist friends.
Right.
Right? So there's like a moral line and an ethical line that I try to hold in all this. The long answer is it's very complicated.
Yeah.
And it feels like exciting and thrilling in many ways because these tools are getting better. The hallucinations are going down. They're seeing patterns.
Yes.
It's helping me.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm being drawn into a fight I didn't pick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how do we fight against the infusion of total AI? How do we know when somebody is not infusing themselves in it and they've just relied on it? Are there any tools that help us vet for authenticity?
It's wild that you're asking me this today. Earlier this week, I was in the Bay speaking at the Linux Foundation at a conference called the Summit on Human Agency.
Okay.
Organized by the Advanced AI Society. They're working on a protocol for proof of humanity so that we can verify that there's a person here. I think we are past the stage where we can tell.
Yeah.
I spoke with Sam Gregory from Witness, a human rights organization that helps document abuses with cell phones, video cameras, and everything all over the world. And so we're not smart enough. Like, it's not about being smart. These entities will end up being smarter than us in many ways anyway, so that's a foregone conclusion. But we can and need to verify, certify humanity in some way. We need to assert.
Because right now I feel certifiable.
Because it's making us crazy. Because we're dragged into this thing that we didn't pick. And I think we're going to have a level of validation, I think, to be really, really real and frank. I think the thing that we're going to trust the most is this. I feel you. Hi.
Yes, exactly.
I just verified you.
Well, this is my fake arm.
It wasn't because your bot paid for like a blue check mark.
Yeah.
It's because I know myself.
Yeah.
And I just felt you. And I can feel your energy.
Yeah.
We're sharing the same air. That will be the most proven, prized verification. And that's going to matter for experiences of art. It's going to matter for experiences of advertising. My manager just told me about this app, Spread, I think it's called, and they verify that you're a human, and news organizations are putting their content in there. You get access for free to brands like The New Yorker, and they're going to sell ads in there because they know that the people watching the ads aren't bots. They're people.
Yeah.
And that means something. And then we're going to have a bot-based ecology and economy. There's going to be bots producing and bots consuming.
And targeting bots for bots to consume.
Absolutely. It'll be bots gone wild, right? It's going to be a lot of bot-on-bot action. It's coming soon to a future near you. Can't wait to make AI make that poster for me.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, the rest of us want to live a life.
Yes.
And I don't think we just want to produce in that life. So when we want more than that, then we have each other. And there's going to be shades of experience between that in real life, the verification online, and something I don't know yet. I don't have all the ideas.
I want to ask you about business, and then I'm going to ask you about the earth, and then I'm going to let you go.
Okay, business, earth, go. Good,
Yeah.
because I think we both have things to be
Yeah,
on.
I know, I hate this. But we get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I just did an interview with Jack Myers, and he and Tim Spangler have a new show called Lead Human.
Okay.
They talk about the fact that so many people, they mentioned Aaron Walton and Evan Shapiro, they're all trying to lead with a human first strategy.
Yeah.
How do we get more people to do that? And do you agree that that's the way, even in our tech-centric world? I mean, you named your AI.
We did. We named them Blair.
Human way.
I have so many thoughts on this. We don't need these AI systems to look like us,
Right.
to sound like us, to feel like us. And we should be suspicious of the push toward that.
Okay.
In the meantime, I agree with Evan and Aaron, both of whom I know. What's up, fellas? It's been a while. And appreciate both of them. And I think they're right. I think there's going to be something. How big it gets is the question. Will it just be a premium experience for the wealthy and well-connected? And everybody else gets the synthetic reality? And so you pay for in-app upgrades into real reality?
Oh.
That's very possible.
Club that...
We've already done it with food. Rich people get real food.
That's
Poor
true.
people get ultra-processed food.
That's exactly right.
So we're doing that for a relationship. We're doing that for content and media and stories and art. So I don't want that future. So we should try to head that off. And the more people who see that coming, the more chance we have of avoiding that.
Awareness.
I do think then there's the opportunity, like, will it just be niche? Like vinyl. Vinyl is a more full, well-rounded music with mouthfeel, right? And most people don't do it. Most people have digital streaming music.
Yeah.
And they don't even know what they don't know.
Neil Young would love what you just said.
Yeah. So how do we make, I would be very sad for the full 3D, immersive, high-touch experience of being human to be a niche product like vinyl. But that's very possible. So I have no predictions here. I have hopes. And I have urges and I have nudges to all of us to not let that happen.
Yeah.
And what can we create with the technology that we couldn't do without it? I'm not looking for a world without machines. I'm looking for life with machines. So how do we use these machines to create more meaningful human experiences?
Gotcha.
How do we use these machines to help us have more time with our friends, loved ones, and kids? Not just more time to work more, which is what technology has traditionally done. The sellers have promised more free time. What they've gotten is more work time. Let's not repeat that. We know enough now. There's no excuse. Okay. So that's business, a little bit of earth.
Use AI to tell us how to do that. A little bit of earth is, we also talked about a new phrase that I learned here in Brooklyn, touch grass. So now AI, ironically, if we use it to improve the earth, which I don't know how, we're also consuming so much energy that we're impacting the earth.
Can I just jump in here?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love that you brought this up.
Oh, I'm crying.
Okay. On Life with Machines, we've had conversations with Gavin McCormick.
Okay.
He works with Al Gore. He has a bunch of credentials. He's like a real one when it comes to the earth and the climate. We've also had people on using AI to preserve indigenous languages and the people who do the most to protect the earth, which is the first people. There is an opportunity here. AI, as we currently talk about it, which is large language model chatbots, not the totality of AI, that's a particular way of going about it, costs a lot of energy and in certain cases costs a lot of water. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to.
Okay.
Here's a prediction.
Okay.
All right, and I don't know the timeline, but when we get to that AGI future in the sky, it won't be because of LLMs. This is a stepping stone technology and it's radically inefficient.
It's our training wheels.
Our minds use watts of energy to do things that ChatGPT is still trying to get right.
Okay.
So we have proof in us already of what is possible. There are people working on different pathways to intelligence through machines that don't require us to boil our oceans and burn our trees. All right? And I'm here for that.
Okay.
And in the meantime, we can and people are using these tools to conserve energy, to monitor the electric grid. Literally the way your phone charges, super slow drip, that's AI too. That's powered by AI. That's in partnership with device makers.
On.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's ways. So we're in a messy period.
Yeah.
And certain players are burning methane, but others are doing better. We can do better. So I'm going to encourage that. It's not over.
Okay.
It's not over.
All right, Baratunde, but our conversation is unfortunately.
Our conversation is so over.
With huge thanks to Robin Gelfenbein.
Thank you, Robin.
Baratunde has been on her show, Yum's the Word.
Yum, yum,
and
yum.
You are just the master of spontaneity. Thank you for
Thank you for putting me in this corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner unless they like it.
Or EB.
Or nobody puts EB in the corner.
Oh,
Run with that. Have fun with that.
Thank you,
EB's
friend.
corner.
All right. I'm E.B. Moss, and this is a bonus segment of Insider Interviews here with Terry Rice. Hello, Terry.
Hey, I'm glad to be here today. Thanks for having me here.
Well, I'm glad to be here too. We made it through the blizzard. We made it here to Brooklyn to On Air Fest, and that's all about primarily creators and the podcasting industry. And you are all of that. You're a podcaster and a creator. You're a journalist also, right?
Yeah. Been writing for Entrepreneur for about 7 years. Yeah.
Okay, and so that's like a little bit of an Escher painting because you write for Entrepreneur about businesses and you help businesses, and your podcast is about helping. So it's all interwoven, right?
Yeah, it's fun because I went to business school,
Yeah.
so there's the business thing again.
Yeah, business again.
But I never really enjoyed corporate that much, to be honest. I was just always very creative. I always thought I had ideas that never really got picked up on. So being able to, first of all, now be an entrepreneur, but encourage other folks to pursue entrepreneurship, even having my kids become entrepreneurs is pretty cool because
Wait, your kids are entrepreneurs?
My kids are entrepreneurs too. Yeah,
Discuss.
We just created a company called Build With Them that helps parents learn AI along with their kids. And it came about actually during the holiday break. My son Tyson, we realized he had a school project due that we had not started. And it was like the day before he had to go back to school.
Story of my school life.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, what are we going to do? And I got this idea to build a project plan using AI in a tool called Lovable, just so it would be really easy to keep track of step by step what has to get done. But the kids really loved it because I gamified it. I would say, hey, once you get past this part, you're getting that much closer to like a pizza party or whatever. So that gave me an idea. How can I use AI to help my kids with their schoolwork?
Okay.
I then created one more tool by taking a picture of my son's homework and by coding an app that taught him how to do his homework and even gamified that as well. So now he really, really wants to do his homework because all these power-ups he's getting for some like car that he has in the game that doesn't even exist in the real world. But I can't stop him from doing his homework now, whereas before I could not get him to do his homework.
That's hysterical. You created a good monster.
Correct.
Okay.
And then from there, what we did is we built a company or a tool for other parents to do the same thing. It's called Build With Them. It's a very short course. Within an hour, you're going to have your own agent that you built with your kids. And they'll teach you, first of all, as an adult, how to use AI constructively. But also for kids, they'll realize you can just imagine anything and have a tangible asset in the world that you can interact with.
Yeah.
So for us, it's a lot of fun.
It sort of brings us to the aspect of Brandon Young, Brandon Early.
Yeah.
And you have a show called The Signal, which is underwritten by a very endemic sponsor, which is Fiverr. Tell us about your show and how it came to be, work so perfectly with a brand like that.
Yeah. So on The Signal, what we do is just try to help primarily entrepreneurs just figure out the world, right?
Okay.
The problems that are keeping them up at night, maybe it's how to get clients, and maybe it's how to run their business while also maintaining like their family life, things like that. That's what we dive into, but we have real subject matter experts who have been there before, right? So they won't just say like, here's what I read in a book. They'll say like, here's my experience, and here's a repeatable process to help you get a similar outcome. And that actually came from a relationship. I met one of the spokesperson from Fiverr while I was speaking at an event like 3 years ago.
Okay.
And just culturally really connected because of the platform Fiverr, how it helps folks who maybe are disenfranchised from corporate or other opportunities generate revenue on their own terms. So for me, I'm like, yes, sign me up. That sounds great. And then from there, that's how the relationship developed. And eventually they were like, you know what, we want to have a stronger voice in the entrepreneur community and just like tell real stories to help folks make some kind of traction. And after a while, they're like, okay, we want to do this, but what should the name be? What should the name be? I'm not really sure. And then I heard my wife, we use white noise to put our kids to sleep. So I heard her say like, hey, play white noise. And I was like, wait, noise, signal and the noise. There's so much noise out there. We need to be the signal out there for folks to understand what they can really do to grow their business.
Wow.
So it's all due to my wife, essentially.
Okay, that's great. And it's not noise. It's really good content. Now here's the big question.
Yeah.
Do you rely on AI to generate any of that content?
Yeah, I do. I have 4 kids. So yeah, I do.
Okay.
Even today for the interview that I did, I put a lot of information about myself, and the guest, who was Baratunde Thurston, as well as the desired outcome I wanted for the audience to experience. I put that in a tool called Notebook LM.
Oh, yes.
And I said, based on this source material, I need you to create a guide that'll help me prepare for this conversation I'm going to have.
Brilliant.
So all week when I've been at the gym, I'm listening to that training. Therefore, when I show up, I'm like, okay, cool, I got it, right? So that's one way that I use AI even to prepare for the conversations.
Wow, I wish I had it before this conversation because it's so spontaneous. Do you have a lesson that you took away from any particular guest that you can share with us?
I'll say this: Dory Clark is a guest on the show, and she's an author. She's a public speaker. She's also a consultant. And what really stood out to me is when she talked about the human part of transitioning sometimes in your relationships, in your careers, and just really double clicked on it. To the point where even she talked about like the emotional impact of like losing her cat. And these are conversations that maybe you don't think belong on a business podcast, but like if you're talking to people, you have to talk about yourself as a person, right?
Yes.
And people give you opportunities and attention when they feel connected to you. So one way of getting that connection is by sharing these vulnerable moments. So we don't shy away from that because again, you want to see yourself in someone, and if you don't see their struggle, their issues, their challenges they've overcome, it's hard to learn from folks like that. So on my end, even with my own brand, I talk about a lot of things that people can kind of latch on to. So for example, I battled alcoholism. I quit drinking 10 years ago. Fortunately, haven't had a drop since then. I was also 40 pounds overweight. Luckily, dropped all that as well. Wow. And I've gone through some other challenges too, right? But like that's what humanizes me to people.
Yes.
And that's why they trust me more, because if I was going to lie about anything, it would have been about all that other stuff. Not how to get more leads on LinkedIn.
It's really incredible that you didn't know I was going to ask you that question. You teed me up perfectly to let you know that the whole MO of my podcast is to humanize executives. And I was just talking to Baratunde about this. I have a bunch of episodes where we do just that, including Jack Myers, who is in my current episode, talking about his show called Lead Human. And everything is a strategy, I think, to try to get more injection of humanity, because we trust people that we like and who are authentic to us. Yeah.
So back in the day, being an expert was enough, right? Just being good at your job, great. You're going to get hired as an entrepreneur. Working in corporate really doesn't matter too much. But now it's like your story is so much more important than it used to be, right? Because that's how you get recognized and rewarded for who you are, not just what you can do. And then, by the way, what you can do, AI is going to be doing a lot of that, right? So it's not always comfortable, but the more of yourself you can put into your work and how you communicate, whether it's like in interpersonal conversations like this or even on your content, that's what really lands people. And even on my end, like sometimes folks hire me for stuff like I don't know, like a corporate speaking gig or whatever. And like, oh, I like the fact how you said like, you drop your kid off and you go right to the gym. And I'm like, that's how I got the gig? They're like, well, it shows an integration into your lifestyle. I'm like, all right, well.
They could relate,
I'll just do more of that,
Yeah, definitely. So sometimes, though, I feel like a little guilty when I'm facing the white page and I don't know what I should call it or how to get all of my thoughts out. And I rely on an LLM and darn it if it doesn't come up with a much better title than I could. Do you face that, and how do you manage the guilt? Or you never touch it?
No, I don't have that guilt, because I think the real skill is knowing what good looks like. It's not always being able to like pull out of your head immediately. It's saying, look, here's my desired outcome. Here's the impact I want to have on my audience. I'm going to give you information about them, about me, about my service, whatever it is. And then when you see good, you're like, that's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to be the producer of it, but you do have to be the filter to make sure that it aligns with your standards.
And you and Baratunde talked about the fact that garbage in, garbage out, and that what creates the best of AI or the best of that content is injecting it with good humanness, and that we have to aspire to be better, right?
Yeah, and even with my daughter, she's 10. I had her watching these videos about AI. I think it's like Dan Martell or something. I'm like, okay, watch this video, just learn more about it. And then I want you to tell me one thing you learned. So I come back 20 minutes later. I'm like, okay, Lena, what did you learn about AI? And she said, it's okay to fight with AI. You don't just take every single answer verbatim. You actually have to push back a little bit. Okay. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. That's all I want you to know. It is okay to fight with AI. You have to know what is acceptable, what is good, what makes sense, so on and so forth, and just keep on asking questions. Because I never want my kids just to say, okay, great, sounds good.
Yeah.
I want them to be intellectually curious. And then with that curiosity, explore it using AI. But then once they have an idea, just amplify with AI as well.
Wow. Terry Rice, I want to bottle you. That was great. Thank you so much for chatting with me. And I love how you're raising good kids and you're building good products for other kids. It's amazing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's been great chatting with you.
Well, I hope you got some good insider scoop from this episode of Insider Interviews with me, E.B. Moss, and Media and Marketing Pros. If you did, give it a like, give it a share. Thanks so much for listening. And I'd like to thank my producer extraordinaire, Jim Mullen, and my theme music composer and performer, John Clayton. If you'd like to learn more about how you can get your own podcast, reach out to me at podcasts@mossappeal.com or follow Insider Interviews anywhere. Thanks again for listening.